What's going on, everybody? Sean Pierce Johnson here for this week's edition of Stompbox Saturday, and something just isn't quite right here. Can't put my finger on it. Oh yeah, it's the first bass stomp box we're taking a look at, and on the stomping block today is the brand new BB-1x from Boss, the bass driver. This is actually one of the first compact pedals that Boss has released specifically for bass in quite some time. I don't even really remember when the last one was, but it's a very welcome entry to the bass line, and I'm really digging the sound of this. Basically, it uses Boss's multi-dimensional processing, which is found in the DS-1X, the OD-1X, and the Terra Echo, and applies it to using overdrive on bass guitar. This pedal can be used as a preamp. It has a line out for a DI. It can be used in front of an amp, which I'm using it as today. And it can not only get you distortion sounds, fuzz sounds, it can also shape the tone of your bass, shape the tone of your amp. So let's take a look at it. It's got 4 or 5 knobs, depending upon how you want to look at it. The farthest knob to the left is a concentric knob that has a control for the overall level of the effect and the wet-dry blend. Now when I mean wet-dry, it's clean being dry and wet being distorted. It's got low and high EQ and a drive knob. There's a ton of different tonal options that you can call up from this pedal, so let's just dive right in and dial in some tones. Now, I can't think of a more classic bass sound than a P-bass plugged into a big ol' SVT. And unfortunately, I have neither of those things. But I think with the BB-1X, I've gotten pretty close to that tone. I've got the volume knob on the bridge pickup turned all the way down, and I'm going to jack up the volume on the neck pickup. Tone knob is going to be turned up all the way too. Now using the BB-1X, I'm going to add just a little bit of drive. It's just under 12 o'clock. The lows and the highs are going to be boosted, both around 2 o'clock, but the highs just a hair above that to really get that clarity. And I'm emphasizing the dry part of the blend knob so that I don't get a full distortion effect. I more just get a nice gritty grind underneath my playing. So let's check that out. Alright, so now if you really want to use this thing as just a distortion pedal, here's what you do. Turn the blend knob up all the way to emphasize the wet part of the mix. Crank the drive knob up, keep the highs at 12 o'clock so that there's just a nice even balance, and then boost the lows to about 3 o'clock to get a nice wallop of added low end. And quite frankly, this sound makes me think that bass players should be able to play with distortion more often. There you have it, guys. There is your look at the brand new BB-1X from Boss, the bass driver. I apologize to you real bassists out there. I'm not exactly what you'd call a bass player, but I hope you all enjoyed a look at this pedal, and I hope to see many of you using it in your pedal boards and rigs in the very near future. I think it sounds great. It definitely lives up to everything that I've been told that it will do. And I'm looking forward to hearing what kind of tones you guys can produce. So, until next time, this has been Sean Pierce Johnson and the BB-1x. Happy stomping. Cheers.